Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Captured in Engine here, and I am bringing you some footage of this brand new demo that I had early access to for the game Deathbound. I was sent a code for this demo, but you can actually play it now. It's live on Steam. It went live with part of Steam's Next Fest. This is a brand new game from Trialforge Studio, and it is a brand new Souls-like called Deathbound. This game is really fun. I'm going to be just talking over this gameplay that you're seeing here. I have edited it down a little bit, so you'll get to see some surprises yourself when you check out the demo. I was set this demo key early, and I had my eye on this game a couple of weeks before I heard they were doing this demo. And as you can see, it is a tried and true Souls-like action game, but you might have noticed something really fascinating about this. I've been switching characters in this gameplay. The big part of Deathbound is switching between your different characters who all can kind of provide different kinds of builds and weapons and how they play the game. So you're going to find in this demo a few. In fact, I'm not sure I even found all of them because I would stumble on a couple here or there, and I kind of think there might be more, but I'm not entirely sure. You're going to have to check out for yourself when you check out the demo. But this game is a lot of fun. Let me kind of break down the full combat for you. So you're able to play as your 4 characters who all have a certain synergy with each other. They all work better or kind of against each other depending on where you place them in your slots, and you'll kind of see that in the menu here in just a moment. This is, of course, the breakdown for where you can put all of your skills, your XP that you dump into, and it's all kind of based off of each character. You go around this really fascinating world, and I should make a note real quick about what you're seeing on the screen. So I play off of a laptop, and the laptop is a few years old, so the quality of the gameplay you're going to see here, all of the settings are actually on medium. It still looks fantastic and runs pretty smooth. I was just struggling personally to run at a higher quality setting, but I don't think that has anything to do with the game development. I think that's more my build. So I did have it up at a higher quality, and the game looks great. All the gameplay they've shared is stunning. It runs buttery smooth. Unfortunately, my build just isn't meant for that, but they, of course, have the settings to help me bring it down and make still, like, really good-looking gameplay for you guys. So you jump around, and as you play each character, you're going to see that menu pops up with all the different abilities they can do. So you kind of have your, heavy sword, hammer builds, your light, quick attack, dagger characters, your magic builds, and you jump between all of them at any given moment. Now, this is a little complex to get at first for this reason. Your health and your stamina are tied together. So you see those green diamonds in the corner that indicate which character I'm playing as. As you get hit, your health goes down, and so does your stamina because it matches the same rate as your health. So you're getting hit, you're going to have less likely to run away because you're at low stamina. So the idea of this game is jumping back and forth between these characters and alternating them depending on who has the most stamina. So you can see I'm now at just under half health with that guy, but that meant his stamina was really low too. So I decided to switch to this magic user to get a little distance and able to finish off these enemies. It's really interesting because it lets you play all the different kinds of characters that you would normally see in a Souls-like game. Magic builds, straight brawler builds, but it all kind of meshes together. And while it can be difficult to understand when you should jump between characters sometimes, or rather I should say get used to it, it really starts to click with you about halfway once you start figuring out how the sync bar works in the bottom. You build up sync as you're playing, and then it lets you do things like morph strikes, which are changing characters while you're attacking to get a stronger attack, or the dash, which lets you switches in the middle of a dash and then get another strike in. It's really awesome. Here you can see there's lifesteal. When you deal damage, all inactive bound essences are healed based on the damage dealt. So there's a bunch of ways to actually build it back up. At first I kind of just jumped into the demo, which I've played through about twice now, and was struggling to understand how to keep my characters properly alive. Well, it comes down to the proper management of them and having to jump around and really think more about the character builds versus just I gotta roll through and attack these characters. And it takes a sec to figure out, but it kind of blends into this really perfect Souls-like formula that I don't think I've seen before in another game. It really feels kind of like a brand new, groundbreaking idea. Now, what you're seeing here is finding another character. You stumble upon them in the overworld, and a small cutscene activates, and then you get to play as this guy's background. So it's actually going to cut to this whole new world, this whole new mini level that looks stunning, by the way. I mean, look at that, just incredible. And as you can see, I'm running through here. I see these sort of like hologram flashbacks about the story's character, and I've edited a few out so you can kind of hear and enjoy the story on your own, but I wanted to show you a little bit of combat with this guy here. He's kind of your traditional sword and shield character, which I really appreciate. He ends up kind of being my most used. And oh, I do want to talk about the parry here. The parry feels pretty good. I love parries in video games. I'm incredibly bad at them. But there's something about this one that feels pretty good. You're going to see me whiff quite a few times, don't worry. But I've really enjoyed how the parrying works in this game. It feels like I can be very confident in it, strong in it. And so I've really enjoyed it so far. And again, not every character parries. So you're going to want to start figuring out, okay, well, I need to switch to that character because I know I can get a parry off this guy. And then I can switch back to him because I know I can do more damage here. And it just, it really flows and gels together. But it kind of tells you, but you really have to figure that out on your own. Here's my first time fighting a bigger enemy. This guy gave me some trouble the first time I played through this demo, but he is really fun once you start figuring out the switching, right? So here it was. That was a Morph Strike. It went well for me, but I kind of got knocked back down. So it's just all about maintaining. Yeah, see, oh, it just looks, it's so fun. And it's a really unique spin on Souls-like, and I'm excited by the idea of like running around and finding new characters and really figuring out how to best use them in your build, because you only get 4, but I end up, I think, in this demo with 5. And then again, there might be more that I missed because there's a couple of hidden areas. And so I'm just like thrilled to see what maybe happens when you have 7 or 8 characters and it becomes like, you know, team management like in an RPG. I just think that's really rad. I also want to talk about the world design here. So it is, even though you see me in like kind of a traditional assassin garb or the knight with the sword and shield, this is a pretty heavy sci-fi game. As you can see, I'm kind of in this desolate city, a bunch of buildings. It's got kind of that Tron light style going through all the floors and walls. We don't often see, I feel like, a sci-fi Souls-like. I think the one that mostly comes to my brain, of course, would be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It's kind of fun to see this real nice blend. Oh, and this part right here where the body just decides to roll away. You know, this is still the demo build, so I, of course, am not holding that against anything here because, you know, they got to get these games out and test them and get people to try them and find these things. And, of course, that wasn't anything game-breaking. And I really didn't run into anything game-breaking at all. The game actually worked out really well for me. Here comes this big Groot-looking character swinging his arms around. And he's fighting these other enemies, so I'm just deciding to hurl items at him. And it's really fun getting the other enemy NPCs involved in the fights. I love when games do that. That's not necessarily a new thing in video games, but it always makes me smile when it just feels like, you know, it's a little more fleshed out of a world because of that not everything's against you. There might be multiple kinds of people against you, but they're even against each other, and I think that just makes a really fun environment to play in, and then lets you figure out fun ways to take down enemies. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this demo. I've, again, played through it a couple of times, just checking out the atmosphere, trying to see how fast I could get through it. But I have to be honest with you guys, I haven't beaten the final boss in this demo. I actually am like really bad at, this is the boss here. I've skipped, again, just a little bit of a section because I want you to be able to discover some stuff yourself, but this is the final boss here, so if you don't want to see any gameplay from him, I would look away. But this final boss starts really easy for me and then got pretty tough, and that's always a good sign from a good Souls-like. So you can throw enemies, you have consumables. Some consumables heal you but take health from other of your characters, which is so fascinating to me. That's such an interesting choice to make, in my opinion. Again, it all comes down to like really having to understand the mechanics. The game is really forcing you to say and sit down and say, I have to learn this. I have to figure this out, or I'm not going to do good. And the first time I was playing through the demo and just kind of, you know, bully heading my way through, that's exactly what happened. I didn't do very well. Once I started like really taking time to work on my morph strikes, making sure I knew which items healed me and didn't take down others, making sure I was switching to the right character at the right moment, it really started clicking for me, and I really enjoyed it. So this game is coming out in 2024 at the moment. Again, you can check out the demo now. It is live on Steam. I don't know if it will be up forever, so I would recommend going and checking it out. The social team is really awesome. They were able to send me that code, and again, thank you to the team at Trialforge Studio for letting me have a little bit early access and make this video for you guys. It's been a blast playing it. I think you guys are gonna have fun too. For things that I'd like to see the game do more, honestly, at the moment, I feel like I need to do more because there's so much already here in this demo to give you to learn routes and clues you should be looking for, on top of just like how to manage your character, what you should be leveling up, where you should be placing them. It's really a good gel of it all that you're gonna find in this demo. And so for right now, I think the game is cooking, and I don't think we need to see really anything else. I kind of just want to see more of the game. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh, and I almost died there, so I better switch characters, and I got to build that health back up. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. This was a glimpse of the demo of Deathbound. Again, this was a very long demo. I actually ended up playing it in full for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a long demo, which I really appreciate. So if you found this any sort of interesting, you want to check it out, go check it out. It's on Steam now, and it's just a super great demo. I think you all will really enjoy it. I'm going to close out the video here with this unfortunate fail at the boss. Thank you all for watching. Thanks again to the team at Trialforge Studio for letting me play your game a little early. Go check out their game. It's super fun. And I hope you guys like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you soon.